Hey guys, sorry I haven't uploaded in a very long time. Um, so I just want to give you guys more content during the meantime. It's break time currently for school, but um, I've been actually pretty busy for the last couple days. Um, but I figured I'd give you guys a video for you to watch since I haven't uploaded in like a very long time. It's been like 3 weeks or so. So, um, I'm gonna break down a pitch that I wrote for the Lord verse in Godzilla Lord of the Galaxy, and the pitch was rejected, but um, I'll just show you guys how I wrote the story, why it was rejected, and all that. Um, so the story starts in 15,000 BC in Tripoli, Phoenicia. This is a direct reference because I should probably tell you what the short story is about. It's about Dagon and Roseanne and how they meet. Dagon, the father of Godzilla, and uh, Roseanne, the mother of Godzilla, and it showed their origins on how they met. Um, so I figured for this origin story, I put Phoenicia um, in one of as one of the locations. And why Tripoli specifically? Because it's close to the shore and like it's a distance from one of the other cities here, Byblos. So the story would start with young Rozan being tossed around by a female Muto, um, and then a young Dagon would emerge from the sea in Byblos, and he would hear Roseanne, and then they would and he would dash towards the cry. So because Byblos and Tripoli are both near the shore, but are also a considerable distance from each other, and it creates that sense of tension that Dagon might be too late to save her in time. Obviously, Roseanne is alive, going if you've read supplementary material, but for like video alone, because like I asked if Dino Mania could animate this for me if it gets accepted. She said she can do it, but that's beside the point. Um, and it actually says it right here. She's about to get impaled by by the female Muto's claws until Dagon fires his atomic breath at her. This is a trope that many movies do, but yeah, don't think about it too much. um, so they they fight all that. I even tried to make another reference. Roseanne, Dagon blasts a hole. Well, no, blasting a hole isn't really a reference, but Roseanne doing a kiss of death on the Muto obviously is. And so, um, sorry. And so, Dagon approaches Roseanne and actually bows before her as a sign of respect and friendliness, and pulsates his dorsal spines as like a mating call things. Now, if you watch King of the Monsters, Godzilla uses his dorsal spines as a way to communicate to other titans. But while in there, he used it as a threat and intimidation display. In here, it's like a mating sign, kind of like how a peacock spreads his feathers. And so Roseanne hunches forward, and then and all that. And then there would be a montage of them traveling together and all that. And then now it's 580. I don't know why it specifically picks the Sentinel Mountain range. I think it's because one of the later scenes, you can read it right now, but one of the later scenes has a mountain crash down to bury the Titans in the ice. I'll explain later and then all that. So so Dagon, Roseanne, and Zmi Godinich, or Guardian Ghidorah, um, fight Muto Prime, um, because that's where it says it right here. Rozan and Muto Prime are both buried in Antarctica, according to the wiki and the supplementary materials and all that. But and then one of the scenes has Muto Prime actually killing Smigarinic, but that's actually not possible. If you've seen the wiki, you would know that Guardian Ghidorah is just asleep, sealed in ice. If I did that rewrite, then maybe it could have been different. Instead of it's just knocked out, but one of the primary reasons why a pitch gets rejected is because it doesn't really fulfill what the universe tries to be, which obviously I will respect that. But I think a rewrite of like actually I'll explain it later. By the way, if you're new to my channel, you know most of the stuff I say is unscripted, so I'm kind of just ad libbing it. And so, but killing Guardian Zmi was supposed to signify to the audience that Dagon and Roseanne can barely stand a chance against Muto Prime. Even if it's a 2v1, he managed to take out a large dragon, like, in an instant. So, like, yeah. But they combined their atomic breaths to blast Muto Prime. It misses but hits Mount Vincent, causing a giant avalanche. This is a reference to Godzilla Final Wars when Captain Gordon, or by then just Lieutenant Gordon, was firing those missiles to cause an avalanche. But this one was more subtle, I think, because the later scene when Roseanne fires at the remains of that mountain, causing another avalanche to seal Muto Prime and in the process his mate away. That was an intentional Final Wars reference. Uh, and so all that, and then like, yeah. So where do I go from here? So if you guys play Pokemon, you know that Muto Prime like has stone like jagging out of the ground. Yeah, in Pokemon we have a move called Stone Edge that does the same thing. So she uses that ability, and which protects her, while Roseanne and Dagon manage to escape. And due to the giant material hitting the ground and Prime's Stone Edge move, it disrupts the ground enough to cause the ground to shake. So it causes like a shockwave, like an earthquake. And then this is how they get buried alive. Roseanne is the first one to fall in. Muto Prime almost escapes, but Roseanne managed to grab her by the hind leg. And while Dagon wants to save Roseanne, she ultimately says to seal both of them away, since Muto Prime being out, being like unleashed would be deadly for any Titan or any of Dagon's species, the Godzilla species. And so, Final Wars reference, Dagon fires at that mountain to bury both Titans alive. And then this is also a reference right here where Dagon kneels at the filled in crack. It's a reference to how in the Godzilla the series, Godzilla Jr. Like anguishes when Kamada gets killed when she falls into that ravine with her egg. So yeah, that's very unfortunate. So this is a quick breakdown on the short story that I wrote. Even if it's short, it'll probably take a while to animate, and I'm not a pivot animator. I probably should be, but it's not. And as for reasons why it got rejected as a pitch, first of all, Zmi got, as previously mentioned before, Zmi Garanich is alive. He's just buried beneath the snow, and and then the second reason why is because Rozan and Dagon, they don't really meet up like this. In fact, Rozan and Dagon didn't actually get along before. Well, didn't get along when they first met. In fact, it took up like centuries, millennia, for them to even get along in the first place, and everything transpires to what it is. But that's the art of screenwriting. You try to write something for the universe that you're hired to write for. If it gets rejected, see what you can do better, or try another thing. Because I'm trying to experiment. I'm trying to see what works here or not. So I'm glad to get constructive criticism, whether this fits in the universe or not. Now, I'm not a professional screenwriter, but I mean, that'd be pretty cool if I was. But like, yeah. So what you want to take away from this is three things. Number one, make sure your story fits in the universe well. Despite it being a pretty good story, you just have to make sure that the story fits within the context of the universe well. Obviously, and let me just tell you, Dinomania wrote a lot of things about this universe, so it's gonna be hard to integrate new stuff in the universe. The second thing you want to do, just make sure you build tension for the scene well. You can use old tropes, as long as, like, because I think tropes in general aren't even that bad. Like, they're overused, sure, but like, what else would you use, to be honest? So honestly speaking, I think tropes would work for a story. Like, that's like basic, like this. And and then finally, what else you want to take away from this? Make sure you develop them well. Because this montage, I just wrote montage. Because I thought because again, I don't do pivot. I don't know how else I can do this. I'm not a concept artist either. I just assume that Dino has a vision for all these monsters, or titans. And then actually, you could also take away one thing from this. Just if you don't have a very good story, or like your story's pretty basic, then make it enjoyable. Just say that. Just saying. So yeah, guys, that is my breakdown of Dagon and Roseanne, a short story. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy this. Obviously, I don't get paid for any of this. This is my passion project, and yeah, that'll be all. So just, go have a good day. Make sure you subscribe and expect more videos. I hope I get back to uploading those. So yeah, see you guys later.